For those that are familiar with my live streams, it's not news to anyone that I am a fan of Fujimoto. I think he is a born gifted storyteller. I know there is controversy surrounding the ending of Chainsaw Man, which I haven't read yet, so I'm unaware of how that ended. But when it comes to even just Chainsaw itself and the other stories he's produced, Fire Punch and this short series of stories, Look Back, I thought was an amazing story. It shows his range of storytelling isn't limited to like freak of nature plots. But this series of short stories that he produced or written a while ago, if I'm not mistaken, he actually wrote these stories before Chainsaw Man. And this series came out probably like a year and a half ago. I think it's eight to 9 episodes of just short stories he's written that eventually became animated. And I want to go through this one episode. I think it's episode 4 of his short series, 1726. And I want to give an example of how to tell a short story, how to establish a main character, a plot, motivations, other characters that the main character interacts with, beginning, middle, and end, and how to put ourselves into the world that this storyteller or any storyteller has created. Because I remember people asking me about Giguk's anime that he got produced, I think by Katakawa. I don't want to be too harsh sometimes, but of course, if somebody asks my opinion on something, I'll give my opinion. And I think Giguk's short story that he produced, it was like 18 minutes, I think. I didn't think it was good. The animation was good. It was like good, modern, standard animation. It was good. It was nothing bad about the animation. That's standard. But the story itself, I think, was lacking. It was very unclear who the main character was at first and who this other character is, what world this character is coming from, why is she going in this world, okay, she wants to be, everything was just unclear, and I didn't think it was good. I don't think he's a good storyteller, and this is why, this goes to my video, anime has become the new mixtape, because now live streamers, just as celebrities did when wanted to become rappers back in the day, you have celebrities, live streamers, influencers wanting to make their own anime now. And it kind of waters down the seriousness I think the medium should be held with. And that goes for any art form. But I want to go through this episode. This is one of my favorites of Fujimoto's short story episodes. And I want to go through the beginning, middle, and end, and how Fujimoto really is, he's just a gifted storyteller. So let's start from the beginning. Ooh, man, even that sound effects, you hear this, and then when you actually see this spider crawling, maybe it's evolutionary, but we've been evolved to just look at this spider and kind of be repulsed by it, or it's like very uncanny to look at, like those legs moving like that. And it's not even like a daddy long leg. I remember I used to go to overnight camp when I was young every summer for 2 weeks. We would like camping in the woods and stuff outside of like the bunks. We would leave the main campus. We would play with daddy long legs. Like sometimes, like, daddy long legs are harmless. They barely even look like spiders. Just boys being boys, kids being kids. We just play with them. We hang them from the legs or whatever. But this type of spider is very, very eerie to look at, especially when you hear that sound and you see those legs crawling. It's kind of hairy. It's eerie to look at. So we look at this and we're like, oh God, what is this? Like, imagine turning your head and you see something like on the table coming at you like this. You're going to be like, oh God, oh no, that's So then we see this kid, and this kid has a different reaction. A normal person has an aversion to a sight like this, to a creature like this, where she has an exciting, oh look, a new toy to play with. So already that's a lot being established so far. All right, so this kid has an exciting, like, oh, a new toy, something to play with, like a doll or something. And already there's something being established here. This kid isn't normal. First of all, people sometimes have trouble stepping on a bug, especially when you see a bug moving like that with those type of legs, like a centipede or something, especially like a large centipede or a large spider. People have an aversion to stepping on it, let alone using your bare hand, not even gloves or anything, like with a napkin or something, using your bare hand to smush a bug. Because a normal person, you would use some type of cloth or a towel, because you don't want the guts or the blood of the bug to spread on your hand. But here, This is like finger painting for her. She's treating this like it's finger painting. So already there's something being established with the main character. She's unordinary. This isn't normal. She's smiling while a regular person would just, have a ill expression. So the mom talks about, I can't take it anymore. I can't stand that child. While the dad defends the child, well, this is our daughter. And this is something that's being established as well. This is the daughter's environment, her home life being established. We all heard the saying, a mom's love is unconditional. So for a mom to have this type of disgust reaction towards her daughter means a lot. And if the mom has this type of reaction where she can't even stand her daughter, it goes against, a mother's nature. A mother will love their child to death. We've seen clips of mothers defending their child even when they commit murder. I was like, oh, well, it's not their fault. A mom will go to great lengths to defend their child because of unconditional love. And if anything, the dad is more, more disciplinarian. But in this case, it's the reverse. So we already get a makeup of her home life. We can assume if the mom has this type of reaction, we know for damn sure this child has no friends. Because if a mom unconditional love is being compromised, imagine just, regular kids in her peer group having the same reaction. The mom doesn't know the child is right here, the daughter's right here. So the daughter is overhearing this. And imagine how this, any kid that hears their parents, especially the mom, speaking ill of her, that definitely puts, I guess maybe that's somewhat trauma growing up. Like the people who are supposed to be most loving towards you out of everyone are actually speaking ill of you. So that can be, good luck growing up with a healthy mind in this type of home environment. Oh God. Shout out to the animators. Just even seeing that spider move like that, like who does this? Any normal person has an adverse reaction to this. And what also is being established, it's one thing this is something you would expect more for boys to do. You would never expect like a girl to play with bugs like this. Like boys will play with they'll pick up a mouse by its tail, have it dangle. Like I said, we used to play with Daddy Longlegs and overnight camp. Daddy Longlegs, I would never play with a spider like this. It's one thing for boys to play with bugs, but you never see girls play with bugs. So it's even more extraordinary, not just unordinary. It's extraordinary to see a young girl playing with bugs like you would see a girl playing with a doll. She's excited. She's gushing over this. This is like playing with a toy to her. God, look at that thing move. And of course, she's hearing her mom say, what the hell is wrong with our child? She's like, why is she pulling legs off of spiders? Who does this? What normal kid does this? So it's already being established. This young daughter it's safe to say she's weird. This is weird. And of course, the mom didn't know the daughter's right there. She says, yeah, I heard everything while holding the dead spider in her hand. It's wrong to pull spiders apart, right? From now on, I should pull dragonflies apart instead. And it shows she doesn't have good socialization skills. You could tell I remember listening to a psychologist where they said that from a certain age, kids sort of socialize each other and you find out what's the norm to do when you hang out with certain peer groups from like the age 4 on up. And you could tell this daughter, she's probably been isolated. Maybe she has a natural proclivity and interest for things like this. And maybe this has caused her to be isolated from her peer group. So she doesn't see anything wrong with this. But now that she's told her there's something wrong with it, she's like, oh, it's wrong to do this to spiders. Okay, I'll just do it to dragonflies. She has an innocent sort of response to this. And so she apologizes. This look can also be traumatizing for kids. So like I said, the people who are supposed to love you the most are looking at you like this, like you're just a alien like creature. How do we create such a thing? It's almost like Rosemary's Baby or something, or maybe that's a bad comparison, but they're looking at her like she's an alien. Like, what is she doing here? Like, what is wrong with her? So the people who are supposed to accept her the most are actually unaccepting. And the mom is just pissed off. Like So you little psycho. So she, you could tell she just doesn't have a good social makeup. She's lacking social development. She's unable to figure out things for herself. And, you know, as far as like reading the room, she lacks those skills and she doesn't have that capability. So this is where the mom, we don't have to play the whole thing. This is where the mom just hits her continuously and just, you could tell, just taking out her frustration. Again, we're barely a minute in and already so much is being established. You could probably use your imagination. The mom probably in her peer group of other moms or adults, she probably gets viewed as the mom with the weird child, you know, so maybe this is her being frustrated, reaching her breaking point of probably being smeared by other moms in her peer group or neighbors looking at her, giving her the side eye like, oh, that's that mom with the weird child that plays with spiders and likes to rip the legs off of bugs. And so now she's probably taking out her frustration for not being accepted in her peer group. Don't you talk back to me, you scum. Yeah. So she's just giving her daughter the worst. And the dad's just, you know, he's just, I don't know, being apathetic right now. He's like, all right, well, I don't know what else to do. He's like, our daughter is weird. And so, yeah, then we see the blood. So, yeah, daddy and mommy and all, yeah. So she says, why doesn't anyone forgive me when I apologize? This is why she's lacking social development. She's a weird child. I'm not even saying that it's necessarily derogatory. Like, I'm using it as a descriptor. She is weird. She's confused. She doesn't know what she's done wrong. She probably assumes everybody's like this. Like, I don't know what I did wrong. So in her mind, when she apologizes, she's expecting to receive forgiveness, some type of redemption. But if anything, the more she apologized, the more she was punished. So it's kind of her view of like apologies and confession is like kind of being subverted. It's like, oh, when I apologize, I get more punished. So I don't even know what to do. So like I said, we're just over a minute in and already everything is being established. We have a main character who was established as being weird, unordinary, or extraordinary. She's abnormal. So we have a main character being established. We have a world being established where her home environment is an environment that doesn't welcome her, doesn't accept her. We can assume that she has no friends. If she can't even receive unconditional love from her mom, which is almost always expected, we can assume that, you know, she gets no love from her friend groups or peer groups. So she's an isolated person and she has no type of skills of reading the room, no type of, you know, natural social skills. You know, she's lacking in development. She doesn't know what's wrong, what's right. If I apologize, I get punished harder. All of this is already being established within 1 minute. Great storytelling. All right, let's take this further. Yeah, she's bleeding. Yeah, she's just in shock. She doesn't know what's going on. So 10 years later, 10 years later, I guess she maintains her, I don't know, her spirit. The assassin. All right, so 10 years later, quick too, it's real quick. We learn that she's an assassin and it's a profession that we can assume is very fitting for her from what was already established. She has no aversion to playing with creatures like bugs and dragonflies, killing them, ripping them apart, seeing them suffer, just like they're toys. So maybe assassination is a field that is right for her. So she's meeting this guy. Who do you want me to kill? So he wants to hire her for an assassination job. I'll take out anyone for 10 million. It's a pretty good price. So, and we learned that she's an exceptional assassin in her field. She's one of the best, top. I'll need to see some proof that you're really the infamous hit woman. Basically, where's your resume? Sure thing. I'm used to people doubting me because of how I look. On my way up, I crossed paths with 4 of this building's security guards. Those guards leered at me. Okay, so basically she has a problem with being looked at in a certain way, being stared at as almost like she's an alien, like she doesn't belong. Like, what are you doing here? It's the same look probably that she's been accustomed to from her parents, from that look that when they both look down at her, like, what is this? How do we spawn this child? Where does she come from? Why? She's like an alien, a different creature. Is she even from Earth? Like, where did we go wrong? So she doesn't like when people stare at her a certain way. They should be right here. So this is her resume. This is already proof that she's, capable of her reputation. She pulls out the eyes of the guards she encountered Again, she has no problem with picking the body parts of living creatures, whether bugs, spiders, or humans. So he's like, all right, cool. So you're a twisted mind with twisted skills, just like they say. And what did she say? I like this. Any normal person would say this, like, yo, okay, you're pretty twisted. Twisted? It's not twisted. It's wrong to layer. So, okay, so for her, even to this day, 10 years later, she doesn't like to be viewed as like something else, as like an alien amongst humans. Any normal person would think, well, how else would I describe you? What you just done, is twisted. You are a twisted person. Like, that's a descriptor. So for her, in her world, that isn't twisted. That's normal. Like, what don't call me twisted. It's almost like that scene in The Dark Knight where Joker is meeting the mafia bosses, and what's the Michael J. White's character? Gamble, I think is his name. He calls the Joker like freak. He says, you're crazy. And the Joker finds that very offensive. He says, no, I'm not.
You're crazy. I'm not. No, I'm not.
And I remember watching that in the theater. I'm like, okay, that offends him? Like, how do you not think you would be viewed as crazy? You're a grown man dressing like a clown out in public. You're a grown man wearing makeup and wearing this purple trench coat. Well, of course you can't be surprised when somebody's going to call you crazy and call you a freak, but that offends him. Just like her, you would expect, well, of course people are going to think you're twisted. You just pulled eyes out of the socket of humans. Like, no normal person does that. That is kind of twisted. But she's offended by that. So that's another part of her character we learn. Again, this is good character introduction, like getting the sense of who she is. Cut to the chase. So basically he's like, okay, we're gonna hire you to do the hit. Here's 100 million. We'll give you this if you can kill me. And we're like, whoa. I mean, Fujimoto, he's so good at this. Constantly, he always throws you for loops. Like, once you think you had the story understood, you get what's going on. He is so good at this, of just constantly keeping you on edge and throwing things at you that are so unexpected. Wait, so you're gonna hire this woman to kill you? Why not just kill yourself? Like what's the deal here? So it keeps your interest always peaked and going. Height. You know, any normal person would ask, well, wait, well, I don't get this. Why would you want me to kill you? Why are you labeling yourself as the hit or assigning yourself as the hit? Like, any normal person would ask, but she just says, okay. I don't know. It lends itself to her character even more. And she's like, okay, do I get paid now? She's just smiling like, all right, do I get paid? And then his head regenerates. Hey, I'm still alive here. And this is the first time she probably has a shocked expression, at least since childhood. So even for her twisted mind, this is something that's abnormal. That says a lot. That's that's good voice acting too with that music. I'm still alive. Yeah, so basically she takes a shotgun to his head, blows him away, and his head just regenerates. They say you never fail to kill a mark. And she's like, what is going on here? But I suppose it was too much even for you. All right, so she's shocked. She doesn't know what's going on. This never has happened to her. How are you still alive? And he says, I'm a vampire. I was like, okay, this is a world where vampires can exist. All right, didn't know that. And she's just shocked. Of course, this would be news to anyone, right? And again, this is almost like a new toy for her, or exciting. Any normal person would kind of have an initial fear for their life. Wait a minute, you're a vampire, I'm a human, I'm basically food to you. But her reaction is, whoa, vampires really exist. Okay, I was a fool to get my hopes up. Okay, so he wants to die. So even here, we can assume maybe this guy has lived a long life. Vampires have lived for centuries. And so he's bored and he's just ready to die. And maybe this was his last resort to hiring the most skilled assassin known to man. All I got out of that was a little pain. All right, so let's skip a little bit ahead of this. It was painful. That was awful of me. And here's like the first time we actually see her be a human. It was painful. That was awful of me. She genuinely didn't want to cause him pain. She actually, like, she's sorry about this. Like, she feels bad. Like, no, the last thing I wanted to do was cause you pain. That's why I was trying to kill you quickly. So that's very, I don't know, this was a very maybe like a surprising moment even for her character. Okay, so she is capable of some type of humanity. So he walks away. Well, I was slightly amused. Okay. Okay, so hold on, I want to take that back. So, remember in the beginning when she tried to apologize to her parents, and it shows that apologies. Okay, so in the beginning when she apologized to her mom, she even got punished harder, abused, slapped around, punched around, nosebleed and shit. And it kind of flipped her world upside down. Like, I thought when I apologize, I'm supposed to receive forgiveness or redemption. But it shows she hasn't lost that ethic or that ideal. You know, usually when you would experience something like that, of something you hold tightly as the idea of apologizing, when you get abused like that, you usually kind of drop your ideals, like, okay, I won't do that again, lesson learned. But it shows that even through that traumatized situation, this is something that she holds dear. So she has a bit of humanity in her. She still believes in the idea of apologizing when you feel as if you did something wrong. But the fact that he forgave her, gave her this shocked expression. This is probably the first time anybody's ever forgiven her, ever. I lived for 3,500 years. I've already done every interesting thing there is to do. I'm so bored, I want to die. And you can probably extrapolate that. You can probably put yourself in his shoes. 3,500 years, I've done everything known to man. I'm more knowledgeable than any human, more experienced than anyone around me, more capable. So in his world, he's probably alone, isolated because of who I am. I can't relate to anybody. I can't relate to any normal human experience. I am alone. I am bored out of my mind. I want to die already. You can't die, you poor thing. Like, she really feels bad for him. This is her experiencing a human moment for the first time, at least we've seen. And like I said, as weird and twisted and unordinary of a person she is still a human. I mean, isn't this world incredibly suffocating? People give you nasty looks no matter what you do. So this is something, I guess, they find relatable about each other. They're both isolated. So, and she asks herself, like, wait a minute, why did I? And I assume that, you know, they kind of allow you to fill in the blanks as a viewer. You always at least I always appreciate a storyteller who doesn't, they give their viewer more credit as far as us being able to kind of intuit what's happening here. This is probably the first time she's naturally opened up to anybody, because she never encountered anybody where she was comfortable of opening up and actually expressing herself. For the first time, she's experiencing humanity from a person who isn't even a human, a vampire. And that's like, there's a dichotomy there too. That's very ironic. The person who is being most human to her is not a human at all. It's a vampire. Doesn't look at her as, like, you know, something that needs to be avoided and stayed away from. If anything, he said, hey, this was, even though, you know, I didn't die, this was slightly amusing. So thank you for that. And I do forgive you. Don't take it any kind of way. It's a good, man. Yo, it's a good story. I mean, yo, again, this is only 6 minutes. This is what I'm talking. This is how you tell a short story. Everything is being established within 6 minutes. This is why Fujimoto, I think, is a natural gifted storyteller. He does so much within 6 minutes. Everything is clear, from the characters, the world, the abnormality. Everything is being established and executed well. And remember, he wrote this before, if I'm not mistaken, he wrote this before Chainsaw Man. So he wrote this even before being like an experienced writer. So it shows, like I always say, he's gifted. This is like God's gift of storytelling. His level of storytelling can be taught. You can only be born. You're like me then. So this is probably the first time she's ever been accepted by someone else. She feels welcomed. Man, she has a trashy apartment. Jesus. Yeah, so she's in her bed. Yeah. Got the shock. Oh, man. Hold on, let me tell you. I don't know. I don't want YouTube to like punish me, but damn, that is a nice ad. Shout out Fujimoto, you know, classic Fujimoto, giving us the good fan service. That is a nice ass, man. You poor thing like me. So she's replaying the scene back in her head. She's experiencing acceptance, forgiveness, even though daddy and mommy and everyone else won't ever forgive me. Yeah, so basically, yeah. And that's not all. He said we're alike. So this is the first time she's being forgiven, the first time she's being accepted, the first time she finds somebody she can relate to and is like her. This has never happened to me before. Yeah, so basically, yeah, she's falling in love. She's experiencing her first crush. For the first time in my life, someone accepts me. Yeah, so yeah. I don't know if this is too much for YouTube. I don't want to get, it hurts. So yeah, she's experiencing what a crush and what being in love feels like. Yeah, I'm skipping this not for the sake. I don't like the scene, but it's, too much for YouTube, I assume. So she has a crush. What's with the blood? Don't worry, it's not mine. Ah, man, Fujimoto, like his writing for the character is so consistent. She doesn't understand. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. The blood is not mine. And it's like, no, like this. Why do you have blood on you to begin with? Like, what did you just come from? To her, this is just nothing to be concerned about blood. He's like, oh no, don't worry, it's not my blood. Anyway, back to the conversation. Her quirkiness and weirdness is consistent throughout the story. It keeps us immersed in the world of these characters. Ever since I met you, I can't sleep. Yeah, she's in love. You lived a long time, right? It's a cold. Go to the So basically she's asking, hey, you lived a long time. Tell me what it is that I'm experiencing. Basically believing that he has all the answers. He's lived for 3,500 years. What is this that I'm experiencing? And he says, he answers so quickly too. It's a cold. Go to the hospital. Like, oh, that's what it is? Okay, all right, I'll do that then. Okay, thanks. And then basically the mate is, you have quite a troublesome admirer. Like, yeah, he knows that she has a crush on him. And so he's like, yeah, I'm dying of boredom. God, I can't live. Not that I can die. So basically we go through his experiences. He's been submerged in a volcano. It was merely lukewarm. Like, look at look how casual he is. He's in a volcano, but to him it's just no hotter than a hot tub or a hot spring. The hurricane in America was nothing more than a cool breeze. Yeah, this guy's just chilling. Look at him. He's just reading a book being in a hurricane. This is nothing more than just like a fan blowing on him. It shows you how numb he is to what the average person would find extraordinary. Even an infamous assassin can't kill him. So he's experiencing extreme boredom. So basically he turns on the TV, or his maid turns on the TV. Maid is hot too. The police currently have the building surrounded. So basically, her going to the hospital has now, since she's a wanted person, it has produced SWAT, an immense police force, to surround the building and take her down. And then she uses this moment, since I'm live. Look, for the first minute, like, he's actually interested. This is the first time we actually seen him with his eyes widened like this. I got a clean bill of health after being checked by the doctor. So I asked why my chest hurts this much. And then the doctor said, it's because I'm in love with you. She's like, yeah, the doctor, yeah. It's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just in love. And so she's given this confession out of excitement. And it shows, again, this is consistent with her character. She's being shot at. But the thing any normal person would be concerned with, they would take cover. This is nothing to her. Again, she has no type of reaction. She only cares about like what's in front of her. I mean, she's getting shot at, and the only thing she cares about is professing her love to the vampire. I was like, she's getting Jesus. And then the doctor said, this because I'm in love with you. Yeah, like, look at her. She's just, look, he's excited. He's interested. He's amused. You must feel great knowing someone as cute as me is in love with you. Now that's funny. That is funny. The first time we see him, and we could assume he's actually had a spontaneous burst out laughing moment, in his 3,500 years. This is probably the first time in a long time, probably centuries. He's just laughing like, it's funny. Even the maid is finding this weird. Or maybe this is just like a shocking sight for her to experience. She's like, I've never seen my master be like this. She's interesting. I'll give her that. Yeah, she's beyond interesting. Intriguing. Yeah, I didn't realize she was that entertaining. I haven't laughed in Damn, look at that. Whew, that's a vampire expression. Damn, that's an intimidating expression. The eyes red like that. Good drawings too. Maybe I'll take some notes from my future drawings. I haven't laughed in 400 years. Yes. So he's had a real spontaneous, entertaining moment. So now he's going to the hospital because he's like, yo, now I got to see her. I need more of this entertaining element in my life, and she seems to be the only one that's capable of providing that for me. So he's going to the site. Damn, so she killed all of these SWAT officers. So he sees her. Mr. You don't try to die. I love you. Okay. And it shows that even in her moment of being close to death, all she cares about is what's in front of her. I love you. I'll kill you. She says, listen, I love you so much that eventually I'll give you what you desire, death, and it will come by my hands. That's how I'm going to show my love for you. Again, it's consistent with her character. Like, who the fuck says that? Laughing again. So she's capable of amusing him continuously. Is that anything to say at death? Right. Like I just said, is that anything to say at death's door? You seem like you won't bore me though. This is a good scene too. I don't want to play because the cop. Damn, that is good drawing. That's a good animation right there. I'll make you a vampire. So basically he's about to save her by giving, and basically, wow, look at that. He's like, yeah, finally I'm experiencing fun for the first time in centuries, and you guys are trying to take that away from me. Shoot him. Yeah. But yeah, you're coming with me. She's sleeping peacefully. I'm already getting bored. He's already getting bored. Hurry up and kill me if you can. That's funny, man. That is some good. It's so fitting for this story. Their idea of romantic love is her killing him and him wanting her to kill him. Like, that's just funny for this story. It's Fujimoto definitely has a way of storytelling that kind of constantly throws you for a loop. And then he's also capable of stories like Look Back. If I didn't know Fujimoto wrote Look Back after watching that, I probably wouldn't believe you at first. I wouldn't believe it. I was like, no, this isn't like Fujimoto. But it shows you his range of storytelling, of what he's capable of. 200 years later. Yeah, so it's his birthday. She makes him a cake, and the cake didn't turn out the way I guess she thought it would for him. And so she's sincerely sorry. The last thing she wants to do is displease him or, cause him any discomfort or, and again, it makes him laugh. So even 200 years later, he's having like authentic, genuine laughing moments, and it's always coming from her. They're both fulfilling each other. Let's just say, how are you still such an airhead after 2 centuries? Yeah, so he says, yeah, it's disgusting. Yuck, it's so gross. He says, geez, don't eat that. I messed up again. And she's sincere. Like I said, she has a part of her humanity that never, I guess, left her. It's like she feels bad when she lets someone down. I messed up again. Eat cake with me is totally disgusting. You have to try it. And, this is a real moment too. I like this. Let me see if I can catch this. And then she smiles eventually. Like, she smiles because she's being accepted. What any normal person would find disgusting about her, he fully accepts. So he's like, yeah, this cake is disgusting, but I want you to eat it with me. I want to share this with you. If anything, you are the icing on the cake. Happy birthday, Yugeru. Arigato. It's a good man. It's good. So yeah, like I said, Fujimoto, I think, is a gifted storyteller, and I think the whole series is good. 1726, like I said, I think it's 8 or 9 episodes. Of each episode is a different short story, different world, full of different characters. And I think Fujimoto, if you want an example of how to tell a short story, just watch that. And it's not even his best work, but even like his average work is just considered elite. Again, I wanted to go through this to really show how a short story can be told with a beginning, middle, and end, character establishment, world establishment, how everything can be established within. Man, this is 16 minutes. 16 minutes, he was able to tell a story. It almost felt like I watched a season. I watched a whole series. He captured the essence of a series within 16 minutes, within one episode, 16-minute length. You know, like that's a gift, man. So, you know, when somebody asks me, what do you think of this short story? What do you think of this person's anime? Yo, I have a high standard to apply it to. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want this video to be too long, but it seems like it already is. And again, if you haven't checked it out, 1726, really good, Fujimoto. And I will see you guys in the next video or next live stream. I've been playing Stellar Blade lately for the 3rd time. And yeah, man, as always, if you want to support the content I create, consider becoming a member. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, next live stream. Free think. Peace.